Okay, so what if you could build and launch a huge IT project? Not in months, but in just a few weeks. And what if it cost, say, 70% less than what you'd normally pay a big consulting firm? Well, one company is saying this isn't some sci-fi future. They believe it's happening right now, and they are building the AI workforce to make it happen.
And that quote right there, that's from the founders of a company called Agentive. It really gets to the core of what they're doing. See, this isn't about giving your team a slightly better tool. No, this is about a complete fundamental shift in how software gets built.
And get this, the numbers they're talking about are just staggering. They're claiming to deliver projects 60% faster and for 70% less money. Just think about that for a second. A project that a big firm quotes you at, say, $500,000, Agentive says they can do for $150,000. This isn't just a slightly better way. It's a totally different way of thinking about efficiency. All right, so how on earth do they claim to do all this? In this explainer, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at their audacious pitch, we'll get clear on why this isn't just another AI tool, and then we're going to peek inside their digital workforce. From there, we'll see how a project actually gets built. We'll measure this 10x transformation they keep talking about. And finally, we'll explore their vision for a completely autonomous future.
So, at its heart, Agentive is going after a problem that so many companies know way too well. IT projects are slow, they are crazy expensive, and honestly, they often don't even work right. We're talking about a massive $400 billion industry that Agentive says is just begging to be disrupted. They're not trying to patch up the old model, they're aiming to throw it out completely.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, great, more AI hype, right? But this is where their whole argument gets really interesting because they are drawing a very clear line in the sand about what they are and, more importantly, what they are not.
It's the first question everyone asks, isn't it? We've all seen the AI assistants that can help you code or write an email. So what makes this any different?
Okay. And here's the absolute key distinction they make. They are not building another tool to help a human developer. It's not a coding assistant. It's not a low-code platform where you still have to drag and drop everything yourself. No, they say they're building the entire workforce. An end-to-end system that you give requirements to, and it hands you back a finished product.
And of course, that brings up the most common comparison you hear. Okay, so is it just like a supercharged ChatGPT? Their answer to this really tells you everything you need to know.
I mean, what a great analogy. It just clicks, right? A calculator is an amazing tool for sure, but you still need an accountant who knows what to do with it, what numbers to plug in, how to read the results, how to build a whole financial report. Agentive's goal is to be the entire accounting department, a whole coordinated system that can do the job from start to finish.
So if Agentive wants to be this digital accounting department, what does that actually look like? How is it structured? Well, it turns out it's not one giant, all-powerful AI. It's something much more organized, and it's modeled on how a real human company works.
The basic building block of their whole system is something they call the digital worker. And this isn't just a bot. They see it as a whole new class of employee. I mean, just look at these traits. It's tireless, so it works 24/7. It's instantly trainable, so there's no long onboarding process. It's infinitely scalable, so you never have to worry about hiring. And it does it all for a tiny fraction of the cost.
And these digital workers aren't just a chaotic mob of bots. They're organized into a 3-level hierarchy, just like a real company. At the very bottom, you have the core agents. They're the foundation running the whole show. Then in the middle, you've got organizational agents. These guys are trained on a specific client's own internal rules and ways of doing things. And then at the top, the system spins up a custom team of project agents. Think AI developers, AI testers, even an AI project manager to actually get the job done.
Okay, so we have this digital workforce, all structured like a company. How does it actually take a project from just an idea in someone's head to a real finished product?
Well, the process is designed to be super streamlined. It all kicks off with AI agents just reading the project requirements and creating a plan. Then, the system automatically builds the perfect AI team for that specific job. That team then just gets to work, writing code, testing it, building the software all on its own. But, and this is super important, it's not a complete black box. There are key checkpoints where a human comes in to validate the decisions before the final delivery. And maybe the most powerful part? The whole system learns from every single project, so it's constantly getting smarter and more efficient for the next job.
So all this tech is pretty cool, but what does it actually mean for a business? How does it translate into a real advantage? This is what Agentive calls their 10x transformation. And it really comes down to three huge numbers. First, you just have to appreciate the scale of what they're going after. They're aiming for the entire $400 billion IT consulting market, a gigantic industry that they believe is completely vulnerable. So, what's the weapon they're using to attack?
A massive 70% reduction in cost. Now, this isn't some small incremental saving. A number like that changes the entire economic equation for a company. And it's not just about the money.
It's also about incredible speed. A project that would normally take an entire business quarter can now, they claim, be delivered in as little as 3 weeks. So when you combine that cost, that speed, and that scale, you start to see the incredibly disruptive picture they're trying to paint.
And this slide just sums up the whole shift perfectly. The old way is all about paying for human hours, where you're basically taking on all the risk of delays and mistakes. The Agentive way is about paying for outcomes. You're not buying someone's time. You're buying a finished, working product that's delivered with relentless 24/7 speed and, they claim, consistent quality every single time.
But here's where it gets really mind-bending. As disruptive as automating project delivery is, that's just the beginning. For Agentive, this is only stage one of a much, much bigger 3-stage vision for the future. Their roadmap basically unfolds like this. Stage 1, what we've been talking about, is delivery, using AI to build things with human watching over. Stage 2 is operate. This is where the AI workforce doesn't just build the software, it also runs it, creating systems that can fix themselves. But at stage 3, enterprise, where things go full on science fiction. The end goal here is a self-governing organization, one that can spot business needs on its own and then plan and launch entirely new services, all by itself. And that brings us to this final, really provocative thought from Agentive's founders. To them, AI replacing human consultants isn't a maybe, it's an inevitability. The only real question left is who's going to own the platform when that day comes. It's a powerful idea to end on, one that really makes you think about the implications of a world that is increasingly being built and maybe one day even run by a digital workforce.